up in the answer for her problems, but I'm not him, I don't mind it though. You don't like me how you think you do, I like it though. I know I'm fine, but the money makes me handsomer. Walk around smelling like a come up in the answer for her problems, but I'm not him, I don't mind it though. You don't like me how you think you do, I like it though. Look, I know I'm fine. I won't lie, that extra coin don't hurt, but I guess money, baby, I just rather spend yours first. I know for sure the pussy worth more than an Hermes purse. I got the best on earth, so that dick better come with some perks. Yeah, you fine.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, man? I want to invite you back to another episode of the Hpeful Romantic M.A.N podcast. It's been a minute since I've gone live on Facebook or any type of platform, but I have been loading them up to Spotify. So if you want to listen to any of my past episodes, you can go there. They're on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon. Basically, anywhere you feel your podcast needs, you can listen. You can listen to my older episodes. Tonight's a special night. I'm so happy to announce something really cool happened, man. I got my first sponsorship. Well, my first official brand sponsorship. I'm drying the ink. The ink is drying, I should say, on my future venture. It's with Celsius, the energy drink that I absolutely adore. I'm addicted to it. I know I am. I love it. I don't know about everybody else. I'm also with Manscaped. They're going to be in the next couple of episodes. You'll hear blurbs and commercials and different things for those particular products. But like I said, I want to welcome you. I am your host, Mr. Dropping Dimes, a.k.a. the Hopeful Romantic, a.k.a. the feminist with chauvinist tendencies. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a pretty cool episode because it's an episode that's fueled by a lot of internet discussion and a lot of things that happen online. You can't even go online without hearing people talk about relationships and love and this, and I'm not ready, or I am ready, or this is what I need, and this is what I want, and you hear all kinds of stuff. One of the things that I keep hearing that I want to address is the prize. Who is the prize? I want to know who is the prize. You have guys online saying, I'm the prize. You have girls online saying, I'm the prize. You have people all the time telling you why they're the prize and why it's important to know that men and women and, who's in charge and who's the boss and who belongs on. Listen, I hope that you came here for a unique perspective. I don't like dishing out cliches. I don't like talking about these topics in the way that you probably heard about them 1,000,001 times. I pride myself on having a fresh perspective, looking at it from a different angle, and hopefully I can give that question, who is the prize, a different answer, a better answer. So let's start off. In the red pill world, which is the manosphere, which is those guys that talk about relationships and men and men first and men dominate and men need to take control. Let's start off by saying this. I don't dismiss them. I absolutely think that mentality is necessary. It's necessary for a small group of men that have been hurt, that have been stepped on, walked on, that don't have a backbone, that don't understand how to stand up for themselves, that don't understand what it is to gain respect. So they have to be coached, and they have to be propped up, and they have to be, really told how to do it, what to do, and how to go about it. So I respect that. Hey, look, man, if you're willing to follow another man's ideology, cool, man, that's fine. I'm not going to knock you for it. And I feel like if you are there, that means you need it. Cool. On the flip side of that is a generation of women that have set really, I don't even want to call them standards, because standards are something I consider a positive, right? But they set these expectations that they think they're supposed to have. It's not even their real expectation. It's not even how they really feel. It's not even what they've accepted in the past or what they actually enjoy. It's what they see other women say or what they think they're supposed to say or this fantasy world that they think they're supposed to live in. Well, the truth is that's also necessary because there's women that have been, again, walked all over, trounced. They've been through a lot. They've been through so much that men have put them through, and they need to be that injection of self-esteem. They need that injection of strength behind them, a group of women that are going to tell them, know your worth, understanding, even if they're exaggerating the point, even if they're pushing it past, what reality is, but at least these are people that remember where a lot of these women came from. A lot of these women came from a position of getting walked on, man. Abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, you name it. But that's where the position they come from. So they come from a position of getting heartbroken, over and over and walked on, and their kindness being taken for weakness over and over and over again. So they feel like, nah, you know what? I need to step up. And I need to step back, and I need to raise my standards, and this man needs to have this, and he needs to be that, and he needs to be this. And I'm the prize. Again, more power to you. No problem. But the truth is, most of us are in the middle. Most of us are right in the middle. We're people that we understand the value of a good person in our life. We want to be loved. We think we're love worthy. We're overall good people. Our standards are realistic in terms of they may be high, but they're realistic in terms of I can achieve them on my own. And I just want a partner. I want somebody that's going to come along and really add to my situation. Realistic, that's positive. That's fine. Or you have a man that says, hey, listen, I need a woman that's going to respect me on a level that I feel like a man. And that's perfectly reasonable to ask for, right? It just gets a little funny. It gets a little shady when we start talking about the prize. So here are my thoughts. You ever walk into a room and somebody says, yo, I'm the baddest motherfucker in this room? I've always been of the thought process that if you say that, right then and there, you're telling me that you are not the baddest guy in the room. If you're telling me I'm the cool, I'm this, I'm the big, as soon as you have to verbalize it, you are not it. Okay? I tell women all the time, if a guy comes up to you and tells you I'm the prize, yo, laugh in his face. If a woman comes up to you and tells you I'm the prize, laugh in her face. Because the minute they verbalize, they're basically telling you, I'm not ready for a real mature relationship. I'm not ready for anything solid. I'm not ready for a mature relationship. I am essentially letting you know this right now. I'm just coding it with I'm the prize, you're the prize, that kind of talk. That's number one. We could start right there. The man never has to say he's the man. He just is, and everybody around him knows it. Right? So when you're the prize is earned. Okay, the prize is earned. What does that mean? The prize is earned means you don't call yourself the prize. It's like giving yourself a nickname on a basketball court, giving yourself a nickname on the street. No, people give you that nickname. You earn a nickname. Right? You earn it. You do something, half man, half amazing. What do you call it? The show, this magic. You earn those names, right? You don't just name yourself. That's corny, right? Well, calling yourself the prize is naming yourself, and it's corny. You earn. I always say, this is one of the cliches that I will throw out there. People ask you, what do you bring to the table? When a man is in love, and we've all seen it. This is the crazy part. Some guys are going to be like, nah, man. Listen, we've all Seen it, bro. Even our player friend had a girl that had him in her pocket. And yo, there wasn't a mountain he wouldn't climb. There wasn't a river he wouldn't cross. There was nothing he wouldn't do for this chick. There's nothing he wouldn't do for her. Right? And that's how it works. So anything less than that, if you're calculating it, if you're thinking about it, look, there's nothing wrong with approaching a relationship as a business decision if you're in concert with the person you're dealing with. That's fine, bro. I'm never gonna knock that. But what I will say is this: when a man is into you, where he sees value, number one, the decision to commit is easy. And the one thing he wants to do is he wants to profess, he wants to protect, and he wants to provide for you. He figures it out. He just looks for ways. He's not always successful, because I'm not saying it's about success. Sometimes he's just really trying, and he wants to be with you. And when people ask you what you bring to the table as a woman, never answer that question. Never answer that question, because once a man is in love with you, you literally become, or figuratively, I guess it would become his table. You become the table. You don't become the reason why he's great. You become the reason why he wants to be greater. You're not maybe the reason why he's successful, graduated, but you're the reason why, you know what? He's gonna go and bust his ass in a second career. Maybe go back to school. Maybe try harder. Maybe get a second job. Maybe work a night shift. Maybe pick up a shift driving Uber or Lyft or something. You become that reason. You become that. And if you're not, walk away. If you're not, walk away. Because that is not who you want to be with. Because when men are in love, I promise you, I always say this, man. I'm going to repeat it because I think it's a great, and I promise you, I'm going to go back to the whole the prize thing. We're going to talk about that. But I just have to say this. First off, let's do this. Anybody who says women are not the prize needs to fuck off. I'll tell you why. I have proof. If you show me your proof, I'll show you my proof. Okay? Because I could talk about wars. I could talk about books. I could talk about songs. I could talk about poems. I could talk political scandals. I could talk about a million things that have happened because of women. There have literally been wars fought over women. There's a history of man looking for women. There's a reason why CEOs are married. There's a reason why politicians are preferably married in their political world. They're married. These are the men of power. So these guys on the internet, nah, man, I got money. I'm not going to. Look at people with real power. Look at people with real power and you tell me you don't have a woman next to them. Or a partner. Let's say a partner, because I don't want to limit it to just women. But let's say a partner. But for the purpose of this conversation, a woman. Look at every president. Barack. Look, if you're a Trumpster, Melania. If you're George Bush had his wife. Bush 1 had his wife. Clinton had Hillary all up in his stuff. See what I'm saying? These are prime examples. So it's out there. It's not like I'm making it up. It's not like I'm full of it. You know what I'm saying? These are hard examples of the real. That when a man is in love, or when a man finds the right woman, she becomes a tape. She becomes that guiding force to keep him moving forward, to push him. The times that I've been most successful in my life, or I've accomplished the most in my life, is when I had somebody at home that basically set that table for me. They became the table, but they set that table for me. They set the peace in my house or in my life. They organized things around me that allow me to solely worry about being successful and really pushing forward. That's the worth of a woman. And there's proof. Like I said, if you want to tell me, oh no, the man is the prize because the man, show me the wars that have been fought for a man by a woman. Show me the war. Show me the poems. Give me all the poems. I know there's some heartbreak stuff, whatever, but show me the greatest poems, and they're all usually dedicated to a woman. Some of the best love songs ever written are dedicated to a woman. So you cannot tell me that in the history of man, we have not said that the women are the prize. It's just not true. It's not factual. I just laid it out for you. These things are real. Now I get it. Oh, this day and age, you want to talk about marriage. What does a man gain? What does a man gain from this? What does a man gain from that? Have you ever seen somebody who's in love, bro? You know how many guys have lost fortunes because they were in love and didn't get prenups? Now, logic says they should have done it, but this is further proof that when a man is in love, even his millions is just whatever. It just is. That's just what happens. So when we talk about the prize, I want to go back. I'm going to address this. The prize is not a title that you can give yourself. It's not a prize that you assign. It's a prize. It's a term that's earned. When a woman comes into my life and she provides peace, a feminine energy, she provides a sexual energy, she provides a nurturing energy, she brings that to my life, I qualify her as a prize. I give her the title of a prize. The same is true of the opposite. When a man comes into your life, he settles your life. He writes safety, security. He puts your emotions. You're heard. He communicates, right? He's consistent. He loves you. He really shows with his actions. He doesn't assign himself as the prize. You look at that man and you say, wow, you're the prize. You've earned that. It's something that you earn. You earn the title. So when somebody comes up to you and starts that low-level conversation about who the prize is, laugh in their face. Let them know, nah, man, I listen to Dropping Dimes. He told me that's not true. The truth is that when I'm in a relationship and we're in love and we're going through this, or even in the beginnings of a relationship, somebody has to earn that title. You've earned being the prize. Wow, you're fantastic. You're amazing. You've earned it. You were there for me when I was sick. You were there for me when my family died. You were there for me when I was on my hard times. I was there for you when you were going through it. I was there for you when you needed this. I was there for you when you wanted that. You earned that title. See, love is a funny thing, man. Love is a funny thing. I always when does it become love? There's a beautiful saying that says love feels a lot like lust until it's time to make a sacrifice. The crazy part about that is that in the beginning, love is selfish. So I used to ask people, hey, why do you love me? And they would look at me and they would say, I love you because this is how you make me feel. Or they would ask me, Michael, why do you love me? And I go, I love you. And I would list the things of how they treated me and what they did for me. Now I understand that was when my love was still very selfish. It was not true love yet. I was in love, which is the feeling that you can come out of, in and out of. Love is the underlying feeling that doesn't go away because you work on it. So, yeah, I could have been in love, but again, I could also fall out of love. So when I met somebody and they made me feel special, they made me feel great, it was a very selfish type of love. The day your love becomes selfless is the day it truly becomes love, because the love is no longer about you. See, in the beginning, you meet a perfect person and you fall in love with them and you say, this person is perfect. I am in love. And then one day, maybe after a year or two, you realize, oh shit, this person is not perfect at all. They got crazy flaws, but you find that you still love them. Not despite their flaws, but sometimes because their flaws make them unique. Their flaws make them human. Their imperfections are what draw you to them and say, yo, you know what? You're somebody that I'm willing to work with every single day. Because that's what love is. Love is a choice every single day. Every day is a new challenge. You know, you're gonna fall in and out of love at any given time. I love interviewing couples that have been married for a long time. I love it. It's an awesome feeling to talk to them because they're so frank. Here's what I found: when you talk to someone and they're overly hyped about their marriage, I'm very skeptical. So, like, if I talk to somebody, I'm like, "Hey, so tell me about your marriage." Oh, we've been married 15 years, and it's amazing. He's just the best. He's amazing. I'm like, somebody's full of shit, because that's just not how most women respond to that question. You want to know how a woman that truly loves her husband responds? You ask her, "Hey, so how's this asshole? He's all right. I mean, he's a good dude. I mean, I love him, but he tries to be fucking crazy." They tell you the truth. They tell you the truth. That's what you get out of people that really love each other. Why? Because she's no longer trying to project him as perfect. She doesn't care that he's not perfect. And she doesn't care if the world knows he's not perfect, because he's perfect for her. And she's perfect for him, despite the flaws, despite all the imperfections. That's just what it is. They've earned each other. Like we always talk about, men love talking about, I need a submissive woman. I want a submissive woman. Yeah, we all do, of course. That's fucking, yeah, like, now, be careful what you ask for, because I don't think anybody wants Eddie Murphy coming to America where the girl's hopping on one foot and barking type of submissive. I don't know, unless, maybe some people want that. That's not what I want. But I understand when guys say that, right? If a woman challenges you on being submissive, she is saying, I don't trust you. That is what she's saying. Take the word submission out, submissive, and replace it with trust. Oh, I want a woman that trusts me. I will follow a man that I trust. I will be submissive to a man. I will be submissive to a man that I trust. If she does not trust you, if you have not earned her trust, you will not get that submissive person will not come out. Because why be submissive when I don't trust that you're going to do right by our family or by me? Why be submissive and let my guard down if I don't trust that you're going to take care of a situation? So you're telling me be submissive. Okay, I'll let you take charge. You pay the light bill. I'm not going to really be concerned about it. And then the light gets cut off. Fuck, I can't be submissive. My light's going to get cut off. I can't be submissive if I don't feel like, you're going to lead us in a good direction. You're leading us into bankruptcy. Why would I trust you? I can't be submissive to that. So as much as men will say, oh, a woman has to already be that. No, it's a combination. Two things should be right at the same time. It's a combination of things. A woman, she has to have that in her and want to do that. And the other part of it is a man has to set that table. He has to set it. He has to set the table down, and he has to make sure that you understand that trust is at the center of that. Trust is at the core of everything. So back to the prize conversation. I always tell people, listen, when it comes to women, I promise you, I try to practice trickle-down economics. I understand, right, that if I do what's right by her and I take care of her needs in the way that she needs them taken care of, what I know is that she's going to give back to me with everything she has. I always give this example, right? It's hilarious. It's a really funny example. It says, if a man washes dishes and his wife comes home and she gives him a blowjob, You know what that man is going to do for the next 10 days? He's going to wash dishes with the hopes of getting a blowjob. That's how our mind operates. We're like, oh, really? I did this? I got a reward? Let me keep doing it. I'm going to hope to get the same reward or greater. Look at me. Look what I'm doing. I'm watching, right? Now let's flip that. You have a woman and you give her a day off to just relax. Go take care of herself, some self-love. You know what she does? She comes back a million miles an hour to give everything she has to her family, to give all her that refreshed energy. She doesn't come back to seek a reward. She comes back to say, okay, I got my energy back now. Boom, all in on my family. And she goes super hard internally. We look externally for the thank you, for the back rub, for the kiss. She takes that day off and uses that energy to give back into the family, to 100% give you everything she has. That's just how it goes. That's how people were designed. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, of course, there's always exceptions to the rule. There's this, there's that. Fine, I'll give you that. But for the most part, this is how it works. So back to the prize. If somebody asks you, or somebody tells you that they are the prize in a relationship, or they try to convince you, I'm the prize, walk away. Walk away. Because that person doesn't really understand the concept. They don't understand the concept. The prize is somebody who earns it. You earn that nickname. You earn the nickname, the prize. They look at you and they say, yo, you know what? You've been there for me. You know what? You've held me down. You know what? You earned this title. You earned it. You earned the title of the prize. It's just funny to me. Like, we're in a generation, right, where people want to take respect. Right? Number one, respect is one of those things that, let's say you naturally give respect. Everybody gives respect. Let's assume that. But there's levels of respect that people earn. They earn it, right? And we're in a microwave society where people want it now. I'm the prize because I say I am. Well, why? Because I'm a man, and because I don't want to get married, and I don't need to get married, and whatever. Now let's get something straight. As a man that's trying to get pussy, let's just call it pussy. My job is to convince you that you're crazy for having standards. That's my job. My job is to convince you that you're crazy for having standards. No, my job is to help you lower your standards or erase that line that you draw, that boundary. I'm supposed to get you to erase that and draw a new boundary. And with every time you redraw the boundary, the line of respect is lowered and the standard is lowered. That's what a lot of these men are doing. That's the purpose of these conversations. A lot of the purpose of these conversations is not educational. Let's get it straight, man. I used to always talk about church game. I always talk about real estate game. These are all different ways guys try to get women's pants, right? Different conversations men will have. The credit game is another one that people, you know what I mean? That people will spit to try to get laid. And it's hilarious to me because now the new game is talking about relationships, but in a way that when you listen clearly, neither party is ready to even be in one. Oh, because I want. The minute the sentence starts with I, you have to look at and say, okay, I might not be ready. Because a relationship is about what you're willing to give. The expectation is that the person is going to give you, right? They're going to return your energy. So walking in, it's about what you bring. What am I giving? How can I make this person's life better? How can I make yourself invaluable in their life? How can I make myself irreplaceable? How can I make myself somebody that they will look past my flaws and love me? They say, love my darkness, my light is easy to love. How do I get somebody to do that? Well, we'll talk about it in the second half of the show. For right now, I'm going to lead you into this commercial for Queen Meech International. So, it's our sister's candle brand. It's cannabis-infused candles. She's out of Las Vegas. Check this out. Queen Meech International. It's a brand that I 100% participate in. I got my candle right here. I light that bad boy up. I like to tell people that it's like having an afternoon glass of wine, but you don't have to hear from me. Here's a little blog for Queen Meech International. In this life, some people are in the rush to reach their destination, while others prefer to enjoy the ride. Some drink to get drunk, and some savor the taste of fine wine or a good meal. If you're on the latter, sit back and delight in a unique journey with Queen Meech International. Her scents and unique infusion methods are designed to take the proverbial edge out of life. Queen Meech's number one goal is to guide you down a more sophisticated and gentle cannabis experience. Perfect for meditation, yoga, or turning down from the stress of daily life. Backed by hours of research, our candles are made from a unique blend of imported oils and a wick that burns slower and cleaner to get the most out of your investment. If you're someone who enjoys the finer things in life, we would love to be your introduction to the high life. You can find us on Instagram at Queen Meech International. You could also email thequeenmeech@gmail.com for your orders. Anything you order, man, trust me, man. It's like I said, I light my candle a couple times a week when I just, when the stress is getting to me and I just need to relax. I'm not somebody who dabbles in wine and nothing like that. I just light it up before you know it, 10, 15 minutes. All it takes. I'm nice and chill, relaxed, and I love it. And we're back for the second half of the show. So, yeah, man, when I first laid it down, I was telling people that I got some really cool stuff going on, man. In the next, my partnership, like I said, the ink is drying on it. Everything's cool. I'm waiting for for them to send me some of the packets that they're going to send me for Manscaped and for different, and for the Celsius. I'm really excited about that, especially because I drink one every day. So I'm going to have probably a bunch of empty cans behind me. But hey, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Also, hey, man, I got this new tumbler. This thing is a custom job. That's my book on it. It's a custom job by my man at Luis Quinones, at Louis Q. He makes these. They are phenomenal. I'm going to put some links in the comments, some pictures in the comments so you can take a look. He makes them custom. He made one for my daughter's graduation. Shout out to my daughter Maya on her graduation. Congratulations on the next episode of your life. It's really cool. These are awesome, man. These are awesome gift ideas. Personalize them, especially now that the weather's hot and steaming. You could have a nice, keeps everything cold. The tumbler, the way it's made, it's fantastic. I'll definitely put a link down below on how you can get a couple of those. These are awesome. I love mine personally. But so back at it. These I've done kind of like a 180 on talking about relationships. It's so funny how as you think things through and as you evolve, how your perspective starts to change about these conversations. I used to talk about love and talk about relationships like I actually knew what the hell I was talking about. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Nobody does. It's not a perfect science. Nobody knows what they're talking about. It's not a perfect science. Okay? It's literally fluid. And anytime you think that you have it nailed, it's going to smack you sideways, break your heart, or teach you a lesson. And the truth is, I've realized that the way you talk about relationships is very important. If you don't do it appropriately, if you don't give it the respect it deserves, the topic the respect it deserves, you end up having a very low level conversation. A very low level conversation between people that are just aren't ready. They're not ready for a relationship. They're still talking about what they want and what they need. And oh my God, why can't I? And it's such a conversation that you're basically telling the world you're not ready. I always say the universe doesn't give you what you ask for. It doesn't give you what you beg for, what you pray for. It gives you a reflection of who you are. If you want love, you have to be love. If you want love, you have to be love worthy. You have to be a good person. You have to have a good heart. You also have to project the energy of someone that is not looking for companionship because they're lonely. Remember, alone is good, lonely is bad. So if you're chasing love because you're lonely, you already lost half the battle. Now, if you are chasing love because you're lonely, you lost half the battle. That's not how you go about it. And if you are talking to people about relationships, and every conversation you have is led by why you're not in one, then you got to think about the energy you're projecting. You could be a great person. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say you're a bad person. What I'm saying is you be mindful of the energy that you project. I always talk about being faithful. No faithful woman talks about being faithful. She just is. I remember, this is going to sound so foul. I remember when I used to date online. And I would go looking through profiles. And as I would read a profile, there were things I was looking for. Or better yet, I'll do you one better. I'd be out with my sisters, right? And they would be with their friends. And I would meet them. This is when I was younger. Don't crucify me now. I've grown, I've changed. When I was younger and wild out there. And let's say a sister introduces me to a friend, or a friend introduces me to a friend. And I get next to them, and that friend starts to tell me how much they love their husband. I love my husband, and look at all the Instagrams and all the Facebooks about my husband, because my husband, I promise you, I would look over their shoulder, look at my friend in the eye, and grin, because I was like, oh, I might be having sex tonight. I'm being dead serious. Because she is protecting. She puts it on Front Street. She puts it on Front Street that she loves her husband. It's like as if she has to remind. She has to remind us herself. You know what a faithful woman does? Nothing. She don't mention him. She don't talk about him. But you know what she does do? She stonewalls you with her energy. Said, yo, no, don't even try. Don't even look over here. It's not gonna happen. She projects an energy that says, don't try it. Don't step to me with that nonsense. You want to know if a woman's gonna cheat? And this isn't my theory. I got this off the internet. I read this. They say if you want to know there's a potential for cheating, DM someone that's in a relationship. If they reply, they've literally opened the door to further conversation, and there's an inclination that they might cheat. How true is that? I don't know. I don't test it. I don't know. Because they say that when a woman is faithful and you DM her, you know what she does? Nothing. There is no reply. There's no attention. There's no coming back. There's none of that. She does not approach you. She does not reply. She does not seek the attention. None of it. It's all about projecting the energy you seek. So you want to be in a relationship? Project faithful, loving, feminine, peaceful energy. You want to be in a relationship? Project consistent, loving, communicative, vulnerable energy. Put that out there. You cannot have this stone wall up where you're thinking about the worst thing that could happen, right? Is when you meet somebody and you're talking to them with love and they're talking back to you with like this business attitude. Those relationships are the hardest to watch or the hardest to talk to two people because you feel so bad for the person that's trying to talk with love because they're getting replied to in business, like a business conversation. That shit never works. Now, if both of you are talking business and treating it as such, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's like I said, anything two adults consent to and agree on and approach, fine. It's when one person is loving and they want to talk to you with love and the other person views this as a contract. That really messes stuff up. You know, you know, and a lot of times when people walk in and they talk about being the prize, that's what they're doing. They're coming into this like a contract. Now, if I come to it like a contract and I say I'm the prize, my job is to convince you, okay, this is A, B, C, this is who I am, this is what I bring to the table, right? On your end, if you're of that mindset, which is fine, you have to do the same thing. Now, remember what I said. What I bring to the table. It's never asking somebody, what do you bring to the table? Here's the negotiation. Here's my leverage. Here's what I bring to the table. Here's who I am. Here's why it behooves you to be with me. Here's why I think it's a good investment on your life to be with me. Same thing in reverse. She presents who she is and what she brings and who she is. I don't ask her. She presents it. And once we're in love, or once we've committed to each other, and once we trust each other, we look at each other and say, you are now the prize. The prize, what is the prize? The prize is my commitment to you. My choice to be here makes you my prize. Your choice to be here makes me your prize. I've earned that from you. I've earned the fact that I want to be here and that we've earned our love of each other. You earned it. And once you earn it, then and only then, ladies and gentlemen, can that word be assigned, the prize. Well, I'm going to keep it a little short today, but, I'm excited about what's to come. There's so much. I got some cool-ass guests. I'm going to be meeting with a guy who's a multimillionaire that made it from zero, that really wants to spread the word on his new, basically he can show you how he did it. And he did it in a legit way. Not no sales pitch bullshit that people put out there. Like, you go watch how he did it and he'll tell you, he'll show you. And it's a beautiful story because I've watched him come from zero and now he's a multi-millionaire and it's fantastic. I'm going to be meeting with this young girl. That's a good friend of mine. And I'm going to love talking to her because she gives me this new age perspective and what the young kids are really, what their new approach is to relationships, what they're really thinking out there these days. See, because there's a big gap between your 35 plus and your 35 and under crowd, even maybe you say 30 and under crowd, on how they view and approach relationships. So I'm really interested to hear from her and talk to her. I'm going to go back and reach back into the pocket and talk to a lot of my usuals that I've always met with and chatted with from back in the day, that I've always had great conversations with. There's a lot to come, man. I had really taken time to invest in myself in different avenues. That's why I had kind of not been going live. I've still been posting and putting up my podcasts on Spotify and all that, but I hadn't been going live or anything like that. But I'm excited, man. This is a really cool time in my life. I'm putting out another book with I.H.Earth. She's dope. I can't wait till that gets put out to the public. I'm also now ghostwriting for celebrities. That's my new gig. I don't know how I stumbled into it. I don't know how I got so blessed to step into it, but it's pretty dope. And there's just so much more, man. There's just so much more. And I have a lot to say, and I hope that you're willing to listen. You know, I would love to get a community on my lives that reach out and we have an exchange of ideas. There's so much nonsense out there that I'd like to hear your opinion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure tonight. I am your host, Mr. Dropping Dimes, a.k.a. the Hopeful Romantic, a.k.a. the feminist with chauvinist tendencies. Mark Twain says the two most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you discover why. Well, I hope all of you, and I want to thank you all for helping me work in my why.
I know I'm fine, but the money makes me handsomer. Walk around smelling like a come up in the answer for her problems, but I'm not him, I don't mind it.